Welcome back to episode 4. Naturally, while the cameras were off over the weekend, the winter water taps were relocated and the trenches filled back in. There was also a small update on the pig pool. It's dead, completely destroyed. It turns out leaving a plastic pool in the company of several determined pigs was, perhaps, not our finest idea. Of course, filming the pool from a safe distance would have been far too sensible. So, while getting a closer shot, our cameraman managed to create a little bit of chaos himself.
Oh, don't let that dog... Hey! Ducky, what are you doing?
This guy's crazy.
Having unintentionally created the problem, the cameraman did at least help solve it. The duck was safely freed, and normal filming operations resumed. Not long afterwards, Coty arrived to remove the pool, or more accurately, what the pigs had left of it.
Well, the piggies decided to be a little destructive and wreck the pool we put in there. They've been pooping and peeing in it and chewing on the sides, so we're just going to clean it up because we don't want broken plastic and all that all in there. Yeah, you can see the chew marks and the tears and all that. This is just not good enough for putting in here. It's sad. We thought we'd give them something nice and they were a little too rough with it, and now we got to take it out. That's just the way it goes sometimes. And this is why they can't have nice things. At least it's, one of those $5 Costco pools as opposed to anything really nice and expensive, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
With the remains of the pool finally dealt with, our resident artist found themselves pulling double duty.
We're having to level off this back part just so that we can get some more blocks in here to make a different grade for the flooring back here. This set of blocks right here, this is all going to be the back wall, so it's going to be from here to this block. So this is going to be about the width of the bathroom. Toilet right here. There's enough space. I think there's enough space. And then we have to dig this out, move it back like a couple of feet, and then put it back in so that we can put the sink somewhere over in here.
So that kind of shows what we're up to.
Yeah. So sink will be over here, the door right here, window above the sink, window on the other side of the... So you're just going to have windows this way, right here, just kind of bringing in a lot of nice natural light. So yeah, I think it'll be really nice.
She was also entrusted with repainting the old tool shed. A sensible decision, and a job she happily accepted.
So this is one of the peacock houses. It used to be used to store one of the peacocks at night, so it just didn't freak out or anything. And it just needs a little repaint job. Needs a little love. It's falling apart a little bit. The paint's coming off, so using this wire brush and taking off all of the loose paint that's all around it. It's peeling really bad in the front. I mean, look at this door. It's just like peeling right off. So it's definitely almost don't even need the wire brush. So the hole here is a problem, obviously, and we need to fix it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of plywood. It's just a little thin one. We're gonna stick it behind, and then we're gonna screw out this way and screw the board to the back so that we've got this all blocked off and it's not having a big piece of board jutting out. We'd rather have it go in a little bit. And then we're gonna paint it over, cut off all of the extra bits of screw that are poking out so we don't catch ourselves.
Armed with an angle grinder, Coty was summoned, and he got to work removing them.
Oh, I see.
Where the hole is.
Yeah. No, I can do that 100%. That's easy enough.
Thank you. So painting is great because I have to keep a clean line, smooth line, so that I don't get paint all over everything. And it's kind of nice when you have a simple job like this that you don't have to think too hard about. But most people don't like it just because it's tedious. It takes time and it doesn't feel like you're getting anywhere very fast. But I like to see the little things with it. So every inch when you're painting really does count.
It was about this time that we received a painting lesson. One that was, unfortunately, far too long to fit into this video. So here's the dramatically sped up version. If you'd like to see the full lesson, let us know and we'll upload it separately.
So I guess there's your little painting lesson. It's not as easy as it looks. If you've got some professionals and they look like they're doing it well, it's because they've done a lot of practice.
After a very short and remarkably enthusiastic painting lesson, we decided it was time for a quick break. And with July doing its best to cook everything in sight, the emus were treated to a much-needed bath, which, judging by their reaction, they thoroughly enjoyed. Back over at the peacock cages, the next task involved getting the shed off the ground. Just enough so the bottom edges could be painted.
Okay.
You're good.
That's good?
That's good.
Okay, I got that one.
Al suddenly decided to patch the hole properly. Sometimes it's the little jobs that make the biggest difference.
Oh, it was caused by another cage falling over in a windstorm, and the roof went right through the side of the wall. Quite a few years ago.
How did he do? It's an outside job.
It's all good.
Yep, it works.
Afterwards, we made our way back to the washroom build, where Al proceeded to give a detailed and, I'm sure, thoroughly fascinating explanation of what was happening. Unfortunately, the microphone had other ideas.
Okay.
Naturally, rather than asking Al to do it all again, we found someone else to explain what was going on. Mostly because this microphone appeared to be working.
We are moving this water pipe so that it can come up behind the toilet and give us water. So we just have to dig a little bit of a trench to be able to move that pipe, which was over there where you can see that little bit of a divot on the ground. And we're just moving it over here so it sits behind the toilet on the inside of the wall.
After Inspector Stitches had completed his thorough inspection and declared everything to be in satisfactory condition, something rather unexpected happened.
Oh yeah, no, whatever. What are these guys doing? Uh-oh. Lunch. Lunchtime.
Well, it's a maple tree. It's a female maple tree, so that's the one that throws all the pods out. They also attract maple bugs, and we already have a couple of maple trees. We don't need to make the situation worse than we already have. So we decided to trim this one up, and as you can see, the goats love every minute of it. Well, maple bugs are just another pest that builds up over time. It's a lot like termites. It's a lot like, ticks, stuff like that. It's just another control. Where it's if you have too much of it and you don't spray it and don't check for it constantly, it just builds up. It's no different than rats, no different than mice. If you let one or two come in, that's it, then you've got trouble. So this is just to trim down on all the chances and hopefully make the place look a little better too while we're at it. Yeah, here you go. Oh, you're upset I don't got nothing on you.
Thanks to what can only be described as a double-secret overtime operation, Al had quietly moved the pipe the previous evening. So when we arrived, the ground was finally ready to be prepared for concrete. Remarkably, everything was going according to plan. The shed was finished. It looked fantastic. And for the first time in quite a while, we were finally ready to lay the foundation and rebar. It was all going almost too well.
It's going to be touching that board over there, so you got something to screw to. And like that. Yep. Okay?
So right this second, we're bending rebar. And we're bending rebar so that when we pour the concrete, it's got a little bit more of a foundation. And of course, I never seem to find my friggin' tape. It's never where it should be. Right. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting us 2 distinct measurements to make certain bends. So our first one, we have a 4 foot or 48 inches where we're going to do a bend that's going to go straight for 41 inches. So I'm just cutting this bar, which is 200, into a 95 and a 105. 105, 95, 6 1/2 dozen the other. I just want to make sure you're actually what I'm cutting. And that's why you double check your math. Get this knife. So now I have a 105 and I have a 95. And this 95 I'm going to bend. And I don't want to bend it too hard. We're doing roughly a 45. But when you do a bend like this, you always go just a hair over so that when it bounces back, it's at the angle you want. Well, now we get to see if my math is terrible. Look at that, I can do math. Probably could have bent it just a little harder.
Yeah.
Kind of like a spine for the concrete. It's not quite right, but it just gives it more stability. Because these aren't going to be laying on the ground. If I'm not mistaken, we have little pieces that we're going to be tying them to. Yeah. Yeah. That they sit on so that it's in the middle of the concrete. And that gives the concrete just like a spine inside the material so that the concrete has something to hook onto and gives it stability. You can see it in construction on really tall buildings when you see those big columns of rebar, but then when the building's finished, it's all concrete. The concrete is adhering to the rebar, so you have the strength of the rebar and the strength of the concrete.
Not exactly. Always good luck. Yeah, that's good. That's 35 degrees.
You got helpers.
Yes. What do you guys want? Get on the bar and cut that rebar.
Naturally, this seemed like the perfect place to stop, because experience has taught us that the moment everything starts going smoothly, something goes wrong.